the points A, B, and C have position vectors, right, there, as we've got there, right? And it says determine the lengths of the lines OA, OB, OC. So again, right, sort of sketch is helpful here just to actually see, to start with, the fact that we've got these 3 points, okay, relative to the origin, okay. So there's the origin there. We have little a there, we have point A there, sorry, and point B here, and point C there. And we know the vectors of each of these, okay. We've got them. We know that OA is, what is OA? 2i plus 3j, okay. That's what OA is, 2i plus 3j. Now to get the length of that, of course, then you look at the modulus of it and you use Pythagoras. You square the 2 smaller sides on a triangle, and then you square root. Once you've added them, you square root the result, so that comes to square root of 13. Okay, so you do the same then for the length of the line OB. Okay, OB. Well, first of all, let's consider the vector OB. In the question, it says 8i plus 24j. All right. So the length would be the magnitude of OB. Okay, which would be then square that plus 24 squared, square root. Okay. Then the answer. So if I do that on my calculator, I get out 8 root 10, okay? 8 root 10 there as my simplified surd. And then the same then for OC. So OC then is 20i minus 8j. So the length then would be the magnitude of OC. Now don't worry the fact that this is a minus, right? You're going to square it anyway, aren't you? Okay, you're going to square it anyway. So when you square it, the minus 8, it'll become a positive, yeah? But ultimately, just remember that this triangle would be created by going across, you're going across 20 and you're down 8, okay? It's still a triangle. It doesn't matter that you're going down 8, it's a negative 8. You're still creating a triangle, and we're interested in the size of it, and we know the size of the hypotenuse, okay, the longest side. So when it comes to size, the negatives don't really matter. And as I said, you squaring it will make it disappear anyway, all right? So when you work that out then, you get square root then of them added together, and that simplifies to be 4 root 29. Okay. All right. So part 2 then, it says find a b and hence determine the position vector of the point P, which lies between A and B, such that AP to PB is in that ratio 1 to 2. Okay. So if you think about AB, right? To start with, AB. The vector AB, okay, this is what it's asking us to find here to start with. Well, to go from A to B, you've got to go A to O, haven't you? Plus O to B, right? And if you remember then, A to O is just the opposite of O to A. Okay, so minus of O to A, and then plus OB. So if I want to minus O to A, it'll be minus of the position vector of A, so it'll be minus of that, 2i plus 3j, plus then the OB, plus 8i plus 24j. Okay, so then simplifying this, I get, well, minus 2i plus 8i is 6i, and then minus 3j plus 24j is plus 21j. Okay, so that's your AB there, right? Now, in the question then, it says, hence determine the position vector of the point P, which lies between A and B, such that AP to PB is 1 to 2. Now, what I suggest you do here, another sketch, right? And there's O, right? And there's A and there's B. Okay, let's join A to B, right? And essentially, the point P is on the line AB in this ratio. So A to P would be 1 part, P to B would be 2 parts. So in total, if you think about it, there's 3 parts. So what I could do is split this line up into 3 parts. Let's roughly do that using my ruler. It doesn't really matter about getting it spot on, but it'd be nice to sort of visualize this here. So I split the line AB into 3 parts, okay? So then that ratio then, A to P, P to B, is satisfied, okay? In other words, A to P would be 1 part, okay? And then P to B would be 2 parts, wouldn't it? If you think about it there, okay? Now I want the position vector of OP, okay? or P rather, I want the position vector of P. And you've got to think, how do I get to P from the origin? Well, you could think of it as, right, to get from O to P, you could think of it as going O to A to start with, plus then A to P. So we could do it that way, couldn't we? O to A plus A to P. Now I know what O to A is, right? In fact, I know O to A is 2i plus 3j. Okay, so that was given in the question, yeah? First vector that's stated. I don't know what A to P is. However, I know A to P is going along the same route as A to B. It's going along the same vector, okay? And I know AB is here, yeah? So it's the same vector, but actually it's not as much. It's not as big as that vector. It's not as far. It's only part of the journey. So if we think about how much of the journey it is, well, A to P is like 1/3, if you think about it, of A to B. Yeah? It's 1/3 of it, because it's one part out of 3 in total. So I know O to A, as I said, but 1/3 then of AB, we just put the vector in of AB. Okay, and work out 1/3. Well, 1/3 of 6i is 2i, 1/3 of 21j is 7j. So you get then 4i plus 10j. Okay.